Real cool shit.
We're gonna do some kind of a introduction ourselves,
I just have no way of knowing if this thing is picking me up.
There it comes. There it comes. There it comes now.
Welcome to the Just Gara podcast with just fucking Gara, but no one's fucking Gara, and that's the fucking problem. Some updates for everyone. Still, have not had the sex, and you reach new highs and new lows with it every day. I'm back on field, against my own wishes for how I would meet someone, but why can't beggars be choosers? If I'm gonna beg, I want to choose what I'm begging for, So I'm on a cattle call app called Field. Just talking to some rare birds. I think this is like shooting over here, maybe. This thing's so funny. Oh, was I in the shot? Oh, the single life is for me, I think. I like to do things on my own. I like to not respond to text messages. I like long walks on the beach. And I am watching RuPaul's Drag Race for like the fucking 18th time. I feel like this is the NFL at this point. It makes a little bit of sense. If you don't know anything about the terribleness of the NFL, let's compare the NFL to the Grammys and the terribleness of the Grammys. And if you don't know the terribleness of the Grammys, well, I can't help you because Drag Race, NFL, and the Grammys all kind of fit in the same exploitation nation celebration. Been feeling like I don't know who I am, but that feels normal at 27. Like, should I know who I am? I basically went through an entire career change. I woke up today and was just in such a bad mood. When I'm in bad moods like that, I do miss like when I was driving to school and like could blast something in my car, maybe like the Just Gara podcast. And yeah, I've just been like uber annoyed today, but I also drank wine last night. And when you're 27, sometimes that's just like something that can happen. Like, you drank wine last night and then you wake up and you're like, I don't like this. I don't like this feeling. I don't like this earth. I don't like where I'm waking up. I got a bunch of bug bites because there's mosquitoes in my room. But y'all know I'm on that enlightenment journey, and anytime I kill an organism, it just made me think of orgasm. Okay, we got to put our heads together, team, and figure this out. So I watched 3 gay movies the other night. I did The Kids Are All Right, went straight into Call Me By Your Name, and then rounded it out with The Birdcage. 3 of my most favorite movies of all time. Don't come at me for that. I'm dumb. I like dumb movies. I just like shiny things on screen. I like a little twink with a sharp jawline. Just like putting a peach down his pants. That's what I like. A. That's what I like. It's my yearbook. Probably almost time to tell you what's going on in here. I'm not quite sure, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. This is so stupid to shoot it this way, but it's such a nice camera and whatever. I like shit being scrappy. How am I in the shot? Who fucking knows? Who cares? Through my yearbook. 2014. Soccer girls had my heart, but they're a tough bunch. Post-prom. Anyone else have a post-prom? No one really drank or did drugs in our school. Like, if you did, you were, like, super uncool. Oh my gosh, that's my ex-boyfriend, Charlie. He's sitting on the post-prom thing. Oh my gosh, is that me? No. The seniors. Oh, and the juniors. It's my junior year. Oh, there is me. There I am. Can you see this? You can't see that. How do you guys podcast? I'm giving it up to you. How do you podcast? How do you vlog?
Flexing his charm with a borderline joke to the guys at the bar, and they slap their knees like they've not heard it before. 35 years old, wearing his badge, nickname for life on the shoulder of his bomber that he wears as a coach of the high school team.
Well, for one, everything in my studio is like my childhood things. So my family like lost our house after my dad passed because it was just super expensive to have a dead guy around and then not around. But yeah. So I just like had all my childhood things, and I sold all my stuff 2 years in a row to go to the Fringe, and I really did sell all my stuff. Unfortunately, my like trans coming out story is a story of abuse. It's just like how it shakes out sometimes. Not surprising that like a lot of low income trans people like have been exploited, especially in the art world and comedy world. Dude, you don't even know. You don't know how it feels to know that you are that you have so much more to give, and someone is telling you that you should give it to them. Rich kids have in the past like kind of talked to me like I'm stupid. But also like I don't mind like coming off as like simple-minded. But I'm like, I don't know. I know that the minute I start talking about it, it'll probably change, but you know, I don't always want like random people to like know of my like very personal life. Especially when, like, we're living in a time where, my God, I think everyone wants to be famous. I know everyone does, like, a little bit, but, like, with social media, it just gets hard to weed out the people who are artists. Seriously. Don't even get me started on people. Hack. The word hack. I've never minded being called a hack. I think also my dad kind of like thought I was a hack, which is like funny, I think, in the grand scheme of things, because I think there's nothing hackier than dying incredibly suddenly. What a punchline. Yeah. The art world is like freaky weird. I feel like the comedy world was like high school weird. And now it feels like real world weird. Real weird world. Real world weird? When you're trans, people just like really don't know what to do with you sometimes. They're not meeting trans people all the time. Even in New York, like, I live around so many trans people. Last week, I went and hung out with a group of trans people, and, like, I spent, like, the walk there agitated, too. It's just hot. I don't know. Being on testosterone is, like, I do get the men frustrations of if I am hungry, if I am tired, if I am too hot, I will be prickly. So I try to take care of those things first, and then it usually seems to like work itself out. But remembering every time one of my boyfriends said he was like hangry, how many times I would be like, okay, we just need to get him fed, and then he would be like, fine. I'm about the same way. Yeah, I hung out with a bunch of trans people. It was pretty awesome. I just forgot, like, what that feels like. We did a very trans thing. We, like, went to, like, an independent, like, arcade, and there was, like, techno music, and I was like, wow, this is my culture. I want so much more for my community. Like, so much more. And I feel like I advocate for them and advocate for myself, and sometimes I just wish they could all be in the room and just hear these conversations. And then I thought if I pursued people who, like, felt that same strangeness, that I could somehow find, like, a companion who could make me feel better. And it's just it's so tricky, because then you acknowledge someone else's shit, and it is uplifting at times, but then also other times you just feel like, why can't anyone accept us for who we are? So I guess being alone, being single is like my way right now to reclaim the parts of me that I felt like I lost in relationships. I haven't been that single in my life, seriously. Stupid as that sounds. I'm getting, like, better at it, as if you could compete in being single. You know what? Fuck it. I'm great at it. I'm great. I take care of myself. I wake up in the morning. I take a long dump. I sit. I put on a Nemo's Dreamscape from YouTube. I watch it on the TV. I talk to my roommates. I drink my coffee. And I get started with my day. And then there's about an hour of time at the end of the day where I'm thinking about, oh, dad, oh, I'm so alone. And then I go on this little auctioneer app called Field, where everyone's like, here, I got a body right here, one for you. You want to hear my deepest, darkest thoughts? That's it. This isn't anything. I am something. I am, like, really a lot of things, but I don't want to be a flash in the pan. And I don't want to be mined for my trauma. And I definitely don't want to be booked because I'm trans. And I definitely don't want people to just clap because I'm trans. And maybe someday I want a penis. And maybe someday I'll put my tits back in. And maybe someday I'll come out as a lesbian again. And then I can have people on the train platform and bars and bathroom lines just be like, hey, you're that comedian, right? And I like knowing that probably no one will ever watch this. Tired of being slept on. That's all.